or in Lewis.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 1017.
All right, 6:38. Jess, what you got today?
All right, so this was breaking news yesterday. The man who drove an SUV into a Christmas parade in Wisconsin last year has now been found guilty of intentional homicide. He killed 6 people, wounded dozens when he barreled into the parade last November. Darrell Brooks opted to represent himself in the trial and was repeatedly removed for making outbursts in court. He faces a mandatory sentence of life in prison. Also, another woman claims that Hershel Walker got her pregnant. A second woman has now come forward to accuse the Georgia Republican U.S. Senate candidate Hershel Walker of pressuring her to get an abortion after she became pregnant with his child. The former football star has denied both allegations. He said this yesterday at a campaign event. The Democrats are doing whatever they can to win this seat.
Oh, here we go. Hershel Walker.
That's what he said, yeah. Now, the Clorox company, there's been a recall. They have recalled about 37 million bottles of a variety of Pine Sol cleaning products because they may contain potentially harmful bacteria. The bacteria can pose as a serious health risk for people with compromised immune systems and people with external medical devices. A special website has now been set up, the pinesolrecall.com website, and you can see all the full details and refund information as well. Early voting. In-person early voting begins statewide in Maryland today and will run through Thursday, November the 3rd. Same-day voter registration is also available for eligible Marylanders as early voting centers. Those planning to register must provide documentation providing their place of residence. Acceptable forms of documentation does include your driver's license, ID card, change of address card, or your paycheck or a bank statement or even a utility bill. For a full list of early voting centers across the state, you can check it out online, and we will also post it on our website as well.
So you can just show up now and just vote.
Yes, but you need to have the correct documentation, so just make sure that you're prepared before you show up. But yes.
Yeah, that's definitely a step in the right direction, I believe. The early voting, I think it should be easier, but I think early voting is definitely a step in the right direction to make things a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so now you have a couple days just to show up at your convenience.
At your convenience, yeah.
So
that's that, and then here in Delaware, oh boy, a Georgetown man, has now been charged with home improvement fraud charges following investigations that began earlier this year. In June and July, the Delaware State Police began this investigation into 32-year-old Michael Waller, the owner of Waller Precision Company. They received complaints of residential construction that was not completed. It was discovered that Waller had failed to fulfill the contract agreements on the contracts with these projects in Selbyville and Millsboro, and the victims had reportedly paid Waller a significant amount of money, and these projects were to be completed in early 2022. However, Waller stopped communicating with the victims and did not reimburse any of the funds.
Oh, no, that never happens on,
So Waller did turn himself into Troop 4, and he was charged with home improvement fraud. All right, over $1,500, and home improvement fraud over $1,500 where the victim is 62 years of age or older. Both are considered felonies.
When you go on to the, Eastern Shore Trash and Treasure and the Ocean Pines, marketplace
For some
or whatever,
I feel like,
and you're looking for like handyman.
Yeah, but someone posted him on there.
Good.
Yeah,
Look,
and now he's been arrested. I remember seeing it come up.
well, I don't know about this one, but we absolutely, and I don't understand people turning down money, but we have absolutely contacted people, in like the Facebook groups to come do different handyman jobs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or, come and, fix something.
Right.
Do something. Now we have somebody who does our yard now, but, regularly. But before we got this, shout out to my man Dylan. But before him.
Hey, Dylan.
We had, things lined up. Hey, want to get my yard cleaned up, want to get, the grass cut, et cetera, et cetera. And they come once and then don't come back.
Ugh.
Or
well, this guy
they don't
would
call
take the
you
money.
back.
and not complete the job.
We had a job.
And not reimbursed.
We had a job a couple years ago, and someone came, and they did half of it, and then disappeared.
But you paid the full amount?
No, they wanted the full amount, though. They tried.
Oh.
They tried. But I was like, no, I'm not paying you the full amount till you finish the job. You're nuts. They wanted me to pay for materials, all these materials ahead of time, before the job was done. And I was like, no. And then they didn't show back up. Oh. But they did what little work they could have done with the materials they had. So it was like half the job. So then we had to call somebody else to come in and fix what they did. But that took another 2 or 3 times. Calling, not showing up, not calling back. Very frustrating, and I know it might be a little bit cheaper to go through like a Facebook group or something to find a local handyman. Hey, I want to help somebody out who does a side hustle.
Small business, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why, it's better to go with a real business to come do it. Unless you know somebody. So,
wow.
Or unless you have a real good reference.
Yeah, no, I know. We've been through it.
Yeah, I already know.
We've been through it.
So, it is 6:44. It's Throwback Thursday. It's a Bill and Jessica show. We got sports on the way. Here's Mary J. Old school and throwbacks all morning. TBT, right here on the hottest music.
Power 101.7.
Good morning.